If growth feels heavier instead of better, this is why. Here's a truth that most business owners never say out loud, and that is no entrepreneur will grow into pain. Owners say they want growth, but growth, as the business is currently designed, often means more hours, more decisions, more emotional load, more stress, everything sucks, and it all comes back to you. So even like super ambitious founders, they still stall. Not because they've lost their hunger or their drive to do better, but because the cost of growth feels like it's unbearable. And sometimes they're conscious about it, but the lion's share of people are unconscious and they end up self-sabotaging. So if you're already feeling stretched, your nervous system doesn't read growth as an opportunity, it reads it as a threat. And that's why delegation feels harder than just doing it yourself. Not because you don't trust your team necessarily, not because you're bad at delegation, but because every task that you hand off seems to come back worse or slower or incomplete. And it's just, half the time it's like a lot easier and quicker for you to do it yourself. So you sort of step back in, you make sure you get in, you take control, you be the hero or the heroine, and you get it all sorted. And the business quietly learns a dangerous lesson, and that is growth equals pain. And this is how businesses plateau and stay at the same revenue band for years. Without true leverage, without understanding how to leverage the business and how to delegate effectively, growth doesn't feel like freedom, it feels like a punishment. That's why effort stops working and people just get tired and they get burned out and they get adrenal fatigue. More hustle just creates more pressure. And the first lever we need to fix is not necessarily the growth, it's not doing more, it's removing the pain from the system. So when delegation is designed properly, then growth stops hurting. Your capacity returns and your nervous system just cools down a lot, it settles down. And what happens when that happens is your ambition comes back online in a huge way and you're super fired up. Until growth feels lighter than staying stuck, you'll never move forward. No matter how good you are, how good your strategy is, how dedicated you are, you're just not going to move forward. Comment score if you want to see where growth is currently costing you way too much.